Hello, everybody. This is SFP UncleBardin. I'm sitting here viewing some of OddGirl's gameplay. Obviously, one of the best players you will ever have the pleasure of watching play Call of Duty, or in particular, was that?
Hi, I'm SFP Young Life. I want to introduce myself before we start this.
Well, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So
Check this
we're
out.
viewing Odd Girl playing Battlefield using her Martini Henry sniper rifle. Only has one shot.
And look at the way you're so quick. You're writing it out. You actually took time for the rest of the world to see you focus, but then it's when you do that. I mean, it's just insane. You're fast. And I sit there and wonder, do you just know ahead of time where they're at? I don't know. What do you think, Young?
Probably just uses her psychic ability to telekinesisly be able to pinpoint where they're at before she pulls the trigger.
And then using iron sights. That's good gosh.
Well, the sad thing with this rifle is you can only use iron sights, but with a trained sharpshooter like herself, she can manipulate the iron sights to the point where she doesn't actually need a scope. As you'll probably see later in the video when she makes those really long distance shots. The thing with the Martini Henry though is its headshots and chest shots are insta kill, leg and arm is one. Ooh.
Oh, kind of like that
brutal.
knife blade was, or bayonet. That hurt.
Yeah, that did not look like fun.
No. And what killed, while we're waiting, the graphics in this thing. I was saying that about a video earlier. Aren't they? And then
without a doubt.
It's what's so cool about it is I like history, so I study some of this stuff on my own time, and just how realistic it is. The architecture is beautiful. And then we got that, which is a kind of beauty of it.
An actual World War I. It's the closest thing you'll actually get to reenacting World War I.
It reminds me of an old movie called Gunga Din that had Cary Grant in it. Oh gosh, look at there. It's just fast. Love this thing.
Yeah, you can see with her when she's shooting the rifle, she's able to just like take one target out, move to another one, take another one out, like real quick. Even though you got that couple second delay in between reloading.
And just no spotter, already has the elevation kind of mapped out in her mind.
I know one of the biggest things with sharpshooters is they make that mistake, especially in video games, of hesitating. I do it all the time. I aim down the sights. Like, she was just right there with that kill she was aiming at. She was just aiming there, and she took the shot instead of hesitating. Like, I myself, I would hesitate for a few seconds, probably giving that person enough time to run out of the way, but it just comes down to a gut feeling for her where she can just aim and shoot without hesitating.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I think it's just instinctive for most people to wait and breathe, and it's not like shooting a real weapon in that way. I mean, just you can't take that second to think about it. You just got to you got to be with it. And I remember.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just remember Odd Girl telling me one time, you have to play your game. You have to let them be in. The enemy has to be on your terms. You have to put them on your terms, and she does that really well. I try to remember that, especially when I was playing Black Ops 3. Just tried to play my game, not try to go and make me a part of theirs.
Yeah, I remember you
Go ahead.
mentioning earlier how you have to, where you were saying holding your breath for a shot, especially when it comes to her, she, because this sniper especially, this sniper rifle, because you're aiming down the iron sights, not down a scope, you can hold your breath like in other games where you click the thumbstick and hold your breath to fire. She just fires right off the bat. She doesn't have to hold her. Well, with this, you don't have to hold your breath, and she's able to get these long distance shots and headshots without that extra need of holding her breath. Like just right here, she's aiming down the sights to take out a long distance sniper, but she can't hold her breath with that to steady the aim. She's just aiming down iron sights and just using the iron sights in general, not having to
That's
actual
something.
hold her breath.
Now, how
And in all honesty,
how?
that takes a lot of skill.
Oh, yeah. Now, how hard is it to earn this weapon, this Martini?
You have to get to rank 10. Well, 10's the scout rank 10, which just regular rank. You have your regular ranking, and then you have your class ranking. You have to reach scout class rank 10. There was a little glitch early on, though. That's how a lot of us were able to get it, where it just jumped us up to 10 for no. Well, after you got to rank 3, it just jumped you to 10, and a lot of us were able to obtain the Martini Henry rifle beforehand. But now a lot of us have been set back down to our original rank that we're supposed to be at instead of rank 10. But we still have them. But all of us still have our Martini Henrys.
So they fixed the glitch, but didn't totally hammer you. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, because they figured if you already paid for the weapon, why forcefully make you refund it?
So now, as you play and you ramp up, is there any more tricking out you can do to this weapon? I mean, like, can you get chrome
Well,
wheels
no,
on it?
the
I
only
mean,
real
what can you do to it?
customizations are you can increase the zoom on the iron sights to about 2.0. It's either 1.0 all the way to 1.25, and then 1.5, then 2.0, and then whether or not you want a bayonet, and then the actual visual of what the weapon looks like. I'm sure they'll eventually release a legendary skin, because I have a legendary skin for my BAR, and it looks all gold and such. It looks really cool looking, but eventually they might release something for this.
So it's not. It's as accurate as it's going to get. That's
Pretty
okay.
much, yeah. Unless they
Yeah.
tweak it a little bit, which they did early on in Battlefield 4. For those of you who are listening who played Battlefield 4 with the L96, it was originally called the L96, and then they changed it to the L115, and then they reduced the damage a little bit and reduced the stability, which was a little odd, making it less deadly. Which they'll
Okay.
probably end up doing that with this and other
Now,
weapons.
now I noticed she likes to play from that one vantage point, and that's what I take it she means by playing her game and making them play by her rules. But then every once in a while she'll do this and move around. What? Why is that? Is it just because she sees the field and sees where there's better targets elsewhere, or she just get bored sitting there?
Well, I remember her telling me once that she tries to find a new advantage point, because if you stay in especially if you're a sniper, if you stay in a point for too long, your enemies know where you're at, so they can anticipate your movements and know exactly where you're going to be shooting from, so that way they can take you out easier. But if you've moved to a new location, it's a lot harder to take you out,
Okay. All
because then
right.
they still have to find you again.
Makes sense.
It's what a
And I
typical
noticed
sniper would do in real warfare. They
in
would
real
be
world.
constantly moving. Take a shot from one location, then move to another
And
location.
then move to another one. Right.
So
That
when they
makes
find
sense.
that location, they get lost.
Now, does she ever get to where she'll use a partner with her, like a spotter, so that she doesn't get caught from behind? I noticed she's been got from behind a couple of times now. Does she
Well, I
ever use a
know
spotter? Or
I
team up with
myself
somebody, I guess I should
and
say.
another SFP member by the name of SFP Demon, I believe
Oh,
his name is SFP Demon CC right now.
yeah. I
He
like
and
it.
I were guarding her constantly. Like, he was using an assault rifle. Well, he was using a sniper rifle too, and I was using an assault rifle. And it was up in I think the map was called Zavad on Battlefield 4, and we were up in this tower. And a demon and I were covering the staircase leading up to the tower, and she was constantly popping
Look at
people.
that.
So she sometimes accepts the assistance, but for the most part, she's the one doing all the killing.
Sure, sure. Well, it's the spotter's like the unsung hero, you know. Your
Well,
backup's just it doesn't always get the glory.
Well, like us gamers, because we want to help her spot, but at the same time, we also want to get kills too. So we'll be constantly trying to fight and get kills as well. But she'll be the one doing all the heavy lifting.
Well, that's what I
We're
like
just the
about
ones
our game
picking up the
community.
people who she can't pick up.
But see, that's that attitude that you have there is what I like about this community. I mean, everybody just does their best to support. You know, they're gonna help out the obviously better player if they can. They don't get mad, throw their sucker in the dirt. We just become a team as much as we can. Well, man, this has been fun. It really has.
Without a doubt.
Looks like this game is pretty well said and done. It's been great. And once again, I'm SFP UncleBardin.
And I'm SFP
And
Young Life.
there you go. And thanks for watching Savagely Feared Productions. Please like and
For those,
subscribe.
for those
Go
of you
ahead.
who are interested in our group, please feel free to check out SavagelyFearedProductions.com or contact either myself, SFP UncleBardin, or also SFP OddGirl if you're interested in joining. We're an Xbox One community and we're always welcoming new members.
All right. Thanks again. Good night, y'all.